Night of the Jumps returns in 2025 for the 25th year anniversary tour, and the first stop on the tour was in the Bavarian capital city of Munich, with perfectly blue skies overhead. Since the finale of 2024 in November, the fans finally had a chance to meet their heroes at the pit party. The riders caught up during autographs and started planning which of their biggest tricks of the night they will throw down. Coming into the first round of competition, the battle lines were already drawn in a three-way battle which would be between the two world champions, Luke Ackermann versus Michael Malero, and the young gun who already finished his first Night of the Jumps in Hanover 2024 in second position, Jose Mincha. With the pleasantries out of the way, it was time to get the show on the road. The first rider up was the 2010 world champion Libor Podmol, and he came with all the right tricks to make the final. However, it was the cliffhanger backflip to no-hand lander attempt that would thwart his chances of yet another final. The five-time world champion Michael Malero came with focus and knowing he needed to be in the top two of his four-rider qualifying. Malero had enough front flip combos to make it to the final. Coming off a third overall in 2024, Matej Cezak would have loved to be fit and healthy for the first round, but unfortunately he was still suffering from a dislocated shoulder, which not only hurt during his run, but it hurt his chances to go to the final. The final rider of Group 1, Davide Rossi, finished in second position in 2024, and he wanted to make sure he was at least in the final in Munich. Davide brought tricks which no other riders had, like the stripper backflip and dead body, finishing with the one-handed knack front flip, the first time it has ever been landed in freestyle motocross. Mixing up the quali groups, we went into the best whip competition where the 2024 best whip champion, Matej Cezak, would have to battle against Michael Malero, Luke Ackermann, Paul Manesi, Davide Rossi and Jose Mincha. The head-to-head battle was between Matej and Mincha, and they had to impress the crowd, who was the ultimate judge. Mincha had enough variety of turndowns and getting upside down on some big pancakes to take the win. The second quali group started with the Frenchman Paul Manesi, who rode solid until his saran wrap backflip came unstuck when he landed short and he was bucked like a bronco to the hard floor of the Olympia Halle. Mikołaj Temka returned to Night of the Jumps on a new bike, the YZ450 Thumper. Needing a bit more time to get used to this heavy tractor, Zaps will have his homework for round 2 in Dresden. After taking the best whip win, Jose Mincha was ready to lay down his first run of the night in qualifying. And he didn't take it slow. With a huge flatliner and backflip combos, it was again his new front flip combos like the Indy front flip and Cordova, which secured his spot in the final. Last but not least, having witnessed the previous 7 qualifying runs, Luke Ackermann put on an FMX school of high variety and bang-end tricks to secure the highest qualifying run. Luke, of course, leaving some room left in the final with even bigger tricks to come. Rolling in on the 10-metre high mountain bike tower, the 3 disciplines of MTB, BMX and scooter is going from strength to strength at Night of the Jumps. This time the 11-rider qualifier would whittle down the riders to a top 5 final. And while Jerome Hollinger qualified for the final, his injured hand put him out. Peter Kaska on the scooter showed the most progression of any rider from 2024 to 2025. In the final, however, it was Lucas Huppert who brought amplitude that no other riders could get from the ramps, but it was all about Lennox Zimmerman, who landed the first ever triple backflip in Night of the Jumps history. And while everybody was going crazy, Tom Pfeiffer waited his turn and then landed his very own triple backflip immediately after to blow the lid off the Olympia Halle. In the end, Lennox would take his first win from his first ever Night of the Jumps. The Synchro competition was always going to be tough for the young team consisting of Zapsa and the Night of the Jumps debutant from Australia, Alex Buchholz. While Bucky and Zapsa were in perfect sync on all of their jumps with perfect timing, they were up against the two world champions of Libor Podmol and Michael Malero, who brought their experience to the table with big backflip combos, and to take the win, they had a front flip and backflip no-hander side by side. The FTA and Eurotramp competition returned in 2025, and with two new young guns of Vince Berchtold and Yuri Iflender competing with them against Bryn Leben and Nicholas Dissler. While the younger Yuri and Vince brought new tricks, it was Nicholas Dissler who landed 12 backflips in about 5 seconds to take the win. The top four finals started with a bang, and Michael Malero came back with his signature California roll style and a whole bag of front flip combos, including knacks, no hand, indies, and he would take the first position on the hot seat. The rider everybody was waiting to see was again Jose Mincha, and he came with only the second ever front flip tsunami we've seen at IFMXF, also adding in the California roll body varial, suicide no-handed front flip, and the first ever front flip seat grab indie. Mincha would take over the hot seat from his mentor, Michael Malero. Luke Ackerman was put under some real pressure, maybe more than he has felt in the last few years, so Luke had to come with something special in the final. And he landed the first ever real front flip off of a regular ramp, and this time it was off the next gen ramp at 75 feet, which no other rider has done at Night of the Jumps. The difficulty level was simply through the roof, and then he finished it with a double backflip. As the first winners were crowned of 2025, the first shots have been fired, and we look forward to seeing who comes out on top at round 2 in Dresden on June 14th. Tickets are available on nightofthejumps.com.